I've been quiet for too long.
Hey guys, it's Prince. Today we'll be reacting to some, videos.
What do you know about online marketing? Few theme park rides test your bravery and mettle like a roller coaster. Statistically, you're perfectly safe. You have maybe a 1 in 24 million chance of getting hurt on a coaster, and 1 in 750 million chance of dying on one. But you don't think about stats when zipping up and down the tracks, careening upside down, and enduring loop-de-loops that make you pray your seatbelt works perfectly. Obviously, not all roller coasters are the same. Some are tamer and more predictable, designed for beginners, for those who aren't so much adrenaline junkies as adrenaline hobbyists. Others, meanwhile, are completely over the top and unpredictable, meant to instill thrill and fear into even the most hardcore of coaster addicts. Check out the 10 craziest roller coasters in the world and make plans to ride them all, if you think you're ready. Simply seeing the tangled web that is the Takabisha roller coaster is enough to give anyone chills. Since its opening in 2011, Takabisha has terrified passengers with its complete and utter unpredictability. Even if you technically know what's going to happen, you're not prepared for it. The ride starts with a rapid-fire drop into total darkness, simply to set the mood. Seconds later, you're launched at over 60 miles per hour into the light in a series of pants-wetting coaster loops, a banana roll, corkscrews, and several 180-degree turns follow in rapid succession. You're then sent back to the station, only to quickly zoom 180 degrees toward a 141-foot-tall chain lift hill. Once at the top, you experience Takabisha's trademark, an absolutely terrifying 121-degree drop, a world record for roller coaster steepness that nobody has yet broken. From there, you're treated to 3 more loops before finally returning to the station. Amazingly, Takabisha has not yet caused a single injury. Here's hoping it stays that way. Even still, the sheer rush of darkness followed by 7 different loops and the steepest drop of them all will likely make you want to spend a couple of hours on the merry-go-round afterward, simply to calm your nerves. For the most part, the Gravity Max roller coaster is pretty straightforward. After a drop, there's some darkness, 1 loop, and some rolling track before you're sent back to the station. But what happens before the drop is one of the scariest, craziest features of any coaster on the planet. The track seemingly breaks, and if you don't know what's coming, you just might faint. After rising 114 feet, your car suddenly stops, and you realize there's no more track. You're seemingly stuck up there, at least until the track begins to slowly angle downward. It feels like the coaster is malfunctioned and you're about to pay for it with your life. But then the track connects to the rest of the coaster and sends you careening down at a 90-degree angle. For those who don't know their geometry, a 90-degree drop sends you straight down, which is so terrifying no other coaster in the world has yet dared to put its riders through it. Gravity Max broke the mold, daring its riders to embrace a sense of danger like they've never had before.
If the track doesn't connect and the car goes, you're gonna die.
It doesn't just thrill your body, but your mind too. The coaster's overall aesthetic is inspired by the hornet, one of the most rage-filled insects on Earth. The 325 comes from the coaster sending its riders to...
Man, they stupid ass.
to a peak height of 325 feet, making it one of the tallest coasters in the world. But the designers don't just toy with your head with the foreboding name. No, they play with your psychology from the second you enter the park. Part of Fury 325 zooms past and around Carowinds.
I like the name and how the sign looks.
Walk in and building your anticipation long before you even get in line. Once on the coaster, Fury 325 does not disappoint. In addition to its foreboding height, it drops you at an 81-degree angle, reaching speeds of roughly 95 miles per hour. While there are no loops, there are plenty of rolls and corkscrews along the way, and the speed doesn't let up for a second. Adding to the danger is a beam meant to barely clear your head. While you're in no actual danger provided you're not 8 feet tall, the positioning of the beam combined with the speed makes it so your brain can only process terror when they see that bit of steel seemingly coming straight toward you. And don't forget, at some point, Fury 325 will send you past the front gate in full view of everybody entering the park. That way, you're playing your part in building anticipation for the next set of Fury riders, who will do the same as they're sent hurtling past yet more eager park goers. It's the circle of life, or more accurately, the circle of screaming for your life.
Montu Busch
The Montu
Gardens.
ride at Tampa Bay's Busch Gardens is a prime example of what makes a roller coaster truly terrifying. The sense that you, the rider, are not in control. You're strapped tight in a car barreling at over 60 miles per hour, twisting and turning and dropping the entire time. Few coasters take that sense of control away from you better than Montu. From the start, the ride seems extra scary because the track lies above your car rather than below it. This lets your feet dangle as you zip through the ride, greatly adding to the seeming danger before the ride even begins. From there,
I don't
after
go
your
on
initial
scary
drop,
roller
you're
coasters
treated to a
because
loop into a darkened tunnel, a
in
corkscrew,
my old
an
school,
inverted corkscrew,
one of my
and
friends
multiple
went on a
turns
roller
taken at
coaster
purposely sharp
and a
creepy
break on the
angles.
top, and he had
Montu's
like
entire
almost
goal
died.
is to make it so you can't see what's next. Because what's
He
next
broke
is
his
meant
leg, his
entirely to
arm,
scare
and
you out of your skin.
both of his arms
On
and
5
his
different
foot.
occasions, Montu sharply turns and you immediately find
He had
yourself
sent
in the
me
trenches.
the video.
coaster
His
drops
mom
down
was
to the
taking
point
the
where your
video,
feet are dangling just above the
and
ground.
he had
Any
fell.
closer and you may risk losing your
His
feet
mom
forever.
had
This
sent me the
obviously will
video.
not happen, and you'll quickly find yourself back up in the air, safely screaming to the heavens. But if for even a split second you thought you were about to crash to your doom, then Montu did its job.
That's why I'm going like
Abu Dhabi doesn't
loops,
do many
roller
things
coasters.
small, and their roller coasters are no exception. Case in point, the Formula Rossa ride at Ferrari World, which isn't just the world's fastest roller coaster, it's the fastest by a landslide. With the overall theme of a Ferrari racetrack complete with a coaster train done up like a Ferrari race car, it makes sense that Formula Rossa would be the fastest of all of its peers. It reaches top speeds of nearly
I'll be back in a second. So guys, I'm back.
15 miles per hour, while its closest competitor, Kingda Ka in New Jersey, can only manage a comparatively sluggish 128 miles per hour. What's more, thanks to its super powerful hydraulic launch system, Rossa can hit its top speed in under 5 seconds. It's so fast and the speed happens so quickly, riders actually have to wear goggles for protection. The ride itself isn't a slouch either. There's no slow rise up a track. Much like a Formula One race, you're immediately zooming straight ahead to top speed. The speed doesn't let up as you're sent careening
That's what it's
along the
called.
track.
A
Rails
Ferrari.
constantly twisting and turning as you
Ferraris
fight to
are
keep your
fast.
skin from being blown off your face. The lack of loops and corkscrews hardly matter. Formula Rossa's sheer speed provides enough thrill to keep its racers thrilled and happy during each crazy
You gotta
ride.
wear goggles. Wow.
Formula Rossa might have claimed the fastest coaster title from Kingda Ka, but that doesn't make this Six Flags mega attraction any less crazy or menacing. If the most thrilling part of a roller coaster is the height you scale before dropping down at Mach speed, then Kingda Ka might just be calling your name. Since 2005, Kingda Ka has held the crown of world's tallest roller coaster. It reaches a seemingly impossible height of 456 feet before dropping you 418 feet at a nearly 90-degree angle. Remember, this ride can reach speeds of up to 128 miles per hour. It can do so in roughly
128
3.5
miles per
seconds.
hour.
It may not be the
You know how
fastest
fast that
coaster
is?
ever, but its speed plus the insane height should be quite enough to make you glad you hit the bathroom before taking this ride. Perhaps because of the extremes this coaster puts its riders through, it's not a long ride at all. From launch to stop, you're on the coaster for only 28 seconds. But in those
Wow,
28 seconds, you're
that's
subjected
very
to that
quick,
rapid-fire
because
launch,
it
the
goes
record-setting
128
rise,
miles
a
per hour.
270-degree spiral, and then another 129-foot rise that actually makes you weightless for a second. Immediately thereafter, the brakes hit and the ride is over. Brief run or not, you'd be hard-pressed to find anyone walking away from Kingda Ka disappointed. Some roller coasters are tall, others are fast. The Smiler, a United Kingdom coaster, earned its insane reputation another way. It features more rolls and loops than any other coaster in the world. Built in 2013, the Smiler immediately
that. Let's
garnered
look at
attention
that.
for its 14 inversions, a record that no coaster has topped since. The first inversion happens before you begin your ascent, meaning the second your car moves, you're already upside down. After a series of inversions, the train stops, and you're sent up yet another set of brake tracks for a second ascent. After a 90-degree drop, you'll begin the second half of the ride, which features even crazier loops than the last. Near the very end, you're barrel rolling 360 degrees several times over, leaving no time to do anything but scream before the ride finally comes to a complete stop. The Smiler also features several gimmicks it calls mind manipulations. It makes it appear that the ride is spraying you with laughing gas and other assorted chemicals designed to put a smile on your face, hence the ride's name.
Look at
It
his
may not be
eyes.
necessary, as your stomach's incessant tickling from going upside down and all around so many times in just a couple of minutes will make you smile no matter what gases Alton Towers pretends to throw your way. Full throttle reaches a height of that height.
So
Yes,
guys, I
full
hope you enjoyed
throttle
this
features
video.
a
If you did,
160
smash that
foot high
subscribe button, and I'll
loop,
see you
which
next
is
time.
crazy to imagine.
Peace.
Less experience.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.